So this chapter is PERT and CPM, PERT and CPM. PERT means Project Evaluation and Review Technique. CPM means Critical Path Method. So these both are the methods to find out the estimation time of a project. Okay. So for example, if in an industry, if a customer has given a project to the industry, so the industry people has to calculate the time. They have to estimate the time, at what time they can complete their project given by the customer, and they can give some estimated time to the customer. So in this PERT and CPM, we are going to find the estimated time for completion of project, the total project. Okay. So the definition: PERT and CPM are the management techniques used in very large projects, where the projects are divided into individual activities and events arranged in logical sequence and represented in the form of network. So both the techniques identify, define and coordinate various activities of the project such that all the activities are carried out in a systematic way and completed in minimum possible time. These techniques use the network diagrams of the project to analyze the various activities of the project. So there are two basic elements in project network, namely activity and the event. So it means that so these are the management techniques used to estimate the time. Okay. So in a project means it has been divided into different departments. So for example, if there is a project, if there is a bike manufacturing industry means, so first it has to be surveyed in the market. So what is the requirement for the customer? They have to make a survey. So that work will be assigned to one department, and next, so after that they have to design the motorbike. So now they have to design that. The design department will do the designing work as per the requirement, and next, after designing, it has to be manufactured. So manufacturing division or department is separate from design department, but they are interlinked. So next, after manufacturing, it has to be tested. Okay. So it has to be tested. So the testing department is different, and next after that, marketing. So likewise, there are 5 to 6 departments in a completion of project. So each departments are interlinked with each other. So based on that, these 5 departments will do the same project work, and the project includes all these 5 departments. It has been divided into separate departments, and then each departments are interlinked with each other. So these 5 departments will form a network. Okay. So these 5 departments will form a network. So likewise here also, so this project evaluation and review technique and critical path method are constructed in the form of a network, and then you need to find the time estimates, at what time they can complete the given project. Okay. So next here, the main in any project has been divided into activity. Activity means work. What is the work going to be done? And that activity here, one node is there and one more node is there. The starting node is called as starting event, and end node is called as end event. So activity starting time will be at the starting side, and activity end time will be at the ending time. So this activity represents the work comment. Okay. Activity means some work is going on, like that. Okay. So for example, in a manufacturing unit, if there is a machining processing is going on means, if they are doing a part has to be do work in lathe machine, so it has to be a thread cutting is a process, for example. So now thread cutting is an activity. Okay. Thread cutting or cutting a thread or lathe machine is an activity. So starting that lathe machine is an event. Okay. And switching off the lathe machine is an event. So at what time you have started that lathe machine, and at what time you have ended that lathe machine. This will be constitutes events, starting event and end event. Activity means the processing. Okay. The work done is a thing, but what is the work done there? Thread cutting is the work. Okay. So likewise, this is just an example. And next, So the two techniques or two methods here in this management techniques, it is PERT and CPM, is can be differentiated. By PERT is nothing but it is event oriented, okay, event oriented, and whereas CPM is activity oriented. And next, so it is probabilistic model. So this is probabilistic model. It means that so you are going to give the customer the probability. So what is the probability of completing the project by the given time? So for example, if a customer gives a work to an industry, or if he gives a project to an industry, so the customer may ask, I need this project to be completed within 1 month. Okay, so the customer will give a time estimate. Okay, so now in the PERT analysis, the industry people will calculate that and they will give the probability. So is it possible to complete the given work in the given time or scheduled time by the customer? Okay, so at what probability it is possible in terms of percentage they will give. So if it is completed within the given time, so the probability will be near to 100%. It is possible to complete the project within the given time, like that. So this is deterministic model. Here there is no any probability model. So whatever the answer it will come, so that the time estimate will be given to the customer. At this time only we can complete the project, like that. This is called as deterministic model. This is probabilistic model. And next, this is suitable for research projects. Okay, this is suitable for construction projects. And next, so this is a network. So in this PERT and CPM, so this is network oriented problem. So now here this is called as network. So here we need to number this network. So these are all the nodes. Okay, these are all the nodes, and 1 to 2 is a activity. 1 to 2 is activity. There is a work here. The work has to be done, and this is starting of that particular work, and this is ending of that particular work. So after completing this work, so one more work will be started. Okay, successing of this work. After completing this work, next work has to be started. So here for the next work, so this will be the starting time of that second work, and next this will be the ending time of this particular work. So like that. So I need to number these nodes. So in this Fulkerson rule, so it tells about how to number this network. Okay, so for example, so from starting, if there is no any nodes here, means the starting node has to be numbered with 1. So next, close this. Okay, so close all the previous nodes. The next node will become the remaining node. Okay, there will be no any predecessor nodes, so that has to be numbered with next number, like that. Okay, so now, so numbering must not be from decreasing order. That means it must be in increasing order. 1 to 2 is possible, 1 to 3 is possible, 1 to 4 is possible. So you cannot do like if you take this as 1, okay, 4, 2, like that. You cannot number as your wish, as per your wish. It must be in increasing order. That is 1 to 2, 1 to 4, from lower to higher, 1 to 3. So it must not be like 4 to 3, like that. It must not like that. You cannot do like this. So now after constructing network, so here this is the activity. Okay, so here, so this is called as activity. I to j, I is the initial event, j is the final event, te to the power of ij means this is a time estimate. So to complete this particular activity, what is the time taken? That is called as teij. Okay, next, I is a predecessor event, I is the starting event, j is the successor event, end event, I to j is activity, I to j performs activity. So I is nothing but initial event. So to start this activity, okay, this is called a starting event, and to end this activity or to end the work, we call it as end event. So teij represents expected time of the completing an activity. So to complete this activity, what is the time taken? So we will consider it as teij. So now in PERT analysis, okay, in PERT analysis there will be three time estimates. That is TO, optimistic time, TM, most likely time, and pessimistic time. This is the probability. So it means that if any worker, okay, if any workers are nothing but humans, okay, so humans always they will be having at initial, so all the workers are humans here. So humans, what the humans will be means the human workers, some of the humans will be having some expert in any particular work, okay, so they will take very less time, they will take to complete any job or any activity within less time. And most of the common people, most of the common thing is most of the people will take the same time, average time, okay, so they will take the same time, most of the people. And next, some people they can't work very rapidly, so they may take more time, okay. So considering all these three time estimates, optimistic time means the time taken by any worker or any machine at very least time, okay, very least time, so that is called as optimistic time. So most likely time means most of the workers or most of the machines, by considering all the delays or some circumstances, okay, so by considering that most likely time, so it is nothing but considering all the problems or considering all the delays happening in a regular time, so that will be the time taken most of the workers or most of the time, that is called as most likely time, okay. Next, pessimistic time. Pessimistic time is worst time. If any worker or if any machine takes more time by considering all the delays or any other difficulties happening in that particular working environment, so that also to be considered, okay. So if any activity or any work is to be done means the industry people has to consider three time estimates. Three time estimates means optimistic time, so it is a time where there is no any problem occurring during that work, okay. So if that kind of environment is there means the workers or the machines may take very less time to complete that particular work, that is called as optimistic time. Most likely time means the common delays like maybe power cut, or maybe the workers are somewhat doing some other thing, so like that, considering all that possible delays, so that time taken by the worker or the any other machine is called as most likely time. Next, pessimistic time means this is the worst case, whether the machine or the humans may take maximum time to complete that work, okay. So these are the three time estimates the industry people has to consider to complete one activity, okay. So now this is called as TO, TM and TP. So now they have to take all these three time estimates to complete any activity, they has to take all the three time estimates. So now, so after taking three time estimates, so they have to take total expected time for that particular activity. So for that there is a formula, T, small letter t is equal to T0 plus 4Tm plus Tp by 6, okay. And standard deviation is sigma is equal to Tp minus T0. Tp is nothing but pessimistic time minus optimistic time by 6, okay. Variance means this is nothing but uncertainty happening during working environment, so this uncertainty is called as variance. Variance is equal to sigma square. Sigma is nothing but Tp minus T0 by 6 whole square, this is called as variance. And standard deviation sigma dash is equal to square root of summation of variances along critical path. So critical path means I will explain that later. So these are some of the formulas you need to keep it in mind while solving this PERT problems, okay. So as I explained, PERT is nothing but a technical management techniques to estimate to find out the estimated time to complete the project, and these are the three time estimates: optimistic, pessimistic and most likely time. And next, so now after this activity time, okay, so here, so we have to consider events also. So this I to j is an activity, I is an event, j is an event. So this capital letter T is nothing but early times, okay, early times. And TL is called as latest time. TL is the latest time and this is early times, okay. So if in any network, okay, for the end event, these are all the starting events to this end event, okay. So there are three activities towards this event. Okay, ending event is only one, but there are 3 starting events. Okay, so now all the 3 activities are ending at here. So now in this case we have to calculate the timings here, the activity time here. So now TI and Dij is nothing but activity time. Okay, J is the end event. So if in this case, if more than one activity ending at an event, means you need to consider maximum time among these 3. Okay, so Tij is nothing but Ti plus Dij. Ti plus Dij will gives you this answer. Okay, so now among this, which you have to choose for this one, means which comes maximum. Ti, if this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. 1, 2, 3. Dij, here it is 2, 4, 6. For example, 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3. So 1 plus 2 is how much? 3. Okay, so now 2 plus 4 is 6. Next 3 plus 6 is 9. So which is highest one? 9 is the highest one. So I need to consider 9 here. So like that. So always to finding for a Tij, the end event early times, you need to take the maximum. If there is more number of activities coming towards one event, okay, ending at one event, means you need to choose the maximum value, so that you can get to know while solving the problem. Okay, so now latest allowable occurrence time, that is the latest time. So this is called as early time, this is called as latest time. So early and latest times means for any activity there are 2 events. For any activity there are 2 events. So in each event, so what is the early time and what is the latest time, and what is the early start time, early finish time, latest start time, latest finish time. So we need to consider for starting the events also there are 2 time estimates, that is early and latest. Okay, so at what possible way he can start earliest. Okay, that is one possibility. And what will be the latest time? By considering some delays, what will be the latest time he may start that event. Okay, and similarly, so if the activity is started, or if the event is started earliest, means it will be finished early. So early finish time will be related to early start time. So you all get to know that while solving problem. Okay, so now this TL calculation will be a backward pass computation. Okay, so here you need to calculate TLI, that is TLJ minus Dij will give you this value. So by calculating TL values, you need to choose least value. If there is 3 activities, okay, 3 activities coming towards this one event, so in this case you need to choose least value. TLI among these you need to choose least value. So whereas TE value must be higher, TL value must be lower. Okay, so now slack time means that is TL minus TE, TLI minus TI. Okay, TLI minus TI means what is the delay, early start and latest start. If there is no delay, means TS will be 0, slack time will be 0. So if T is somewhat some other value and TL is some other value, if there is any difference, means slack time means the difference between early start and latest start. Okay, critical path means whenever TS slack time is 0, so that events which constitutes the path, the activities, we call it as critical activities and critical path. So now let us solve one problem. So for PERT problems, okay, just note down this and keep it in mind. These formulas are important. Small letter T means this is related with activity. Okay, activity, there are 3 time estimates in PERT. Okay, so in PERT 3 time estimates, they will be given in the question itself. So small letter T has to be calculated by using this formula. Okay, next standard deviation means standard deviation is T naught, the optimistic time minus pessimistic time. This is TP minus T naught. Okay, TP minus T naught by 6, and this is TP minus T naught by 6 whole square. So now before solving PERT problems, you need to understand how to construct the network. Okay, so here one example is there. 1 to 2 activity they have given in the question. So this up to here they will give in the question. Okay, activity. So activity is nothing but 1 to 2 they will give. Okay, they may give in this format or they may give some other format. I will explain that later. So this is one type of question they have asked, that is activity 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, like that. And time estimates they will give. TO, optimistic time, most likely time, pessimistic time. So always keep it in mind, optimistic time will be lesser compared to most likely time, and most likely time will be lesser than this one. So in sometimes they will give in this order. Okay, TP will be at the middle and TM will be at the middle. So while implementing this formula, be careful, that is TO is will be the lesser value, most likely will be the lesser than this one. So like that, whatever the order they may give in the question, first you check that and then you have to implement that in formula. Okay, so now in this question they have given this order: TO, TM and TP. So 1 to 2, TO is 1, most likely time is 2, and pessimistic time is 9. So this the unit given is weeks. Okay, optimistic time, it may complete this activity in 1 week. Most likely time, considering the most of the common this one, that is 2 weeks. And pessimistic, worst condition, they may take 9 weeks. Okay, these are 3 time estimates the industry have been calculated. So now you need to take average of this. Average means you have to take the mean, that is the formula is TE, time estimate for that particular activities, TO plus 4TM plus TP by 6, 3, it comes 3. Similarly I have to do for all these things. Okay, so before going to solve the problem, first understand how to construct the network. So 1 to 2 they have given in this format: 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, like that. So construct as per the given data: 1 to 2. First construct a node initially 1, put it as 1, and next start arrow in the activity, it ends with 2. Okay, put 2, that is over, this is over. Next 2 to 3, so after completing 2 you have to start 3. Okay, next 2 to 4, so from the same event you can start one more activity, that is 4. So like similarly construct for all the given activities. You have to end the end node is 10th node is the end node. So you can see that 8 to 10 is there, 9 to 10 is there. So from the here one activity is there, another activity is there. So both the activities end at this 10th node. So now this time estimates have to be put on this activity. So 1 to 2 is 3, that I have put here. Next 2 to 3 is 2 weeks, calculated by using this formula. Okay, like that. Okay, so this is about constructing network if they are given this format. Next, sometimes, so now we need to learn how to construct the network. Okay, so as per the previous explained, I have explained that they have given some 1 to 2 like that activity. In that case you learned how to construct the network. So this is one more case they will give. Okay, in the question format like this. So job and predecessor, these are all the activities they have given. And predecessor means behind activity. So after completing these activities, this has to start. So let us learn how to construct network for this this type of data. Okay, so now this is the question. Job is nothing but activity A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, E, F, G. So predecessors are this one. Okay, so now let us start. So you can see that for A there is no predecessor and F there is no predecessor. It means that A starts initially without having any predecessor activity. So let us learn that. So now start with an event. Okay, put it as A. This is over. A doesn't have any predecessor. Behind A there is nothing. Okay, it starts from initial node. This is the activity. Okay, this is over. Next, after completing A, B has to start. So complete A, close this, then start B. Okay, this is over. Next, similarly, after completing A, C has to start. So after completing A, start one more activity called as C. Don't end this until next construction. Okay, next, after completing A, C has to start. This is over. Next, after completing B, D has to start. Now close this, start D, name it as D. Next, this is over. Next, after completing C and D, E has to start. After completing C and D, E has to start. So now this is over. Next, F starts initially. There is no predecessor. Start F. Next, this is over. So after completing E and F, G has to start. So after completing E and F, so close these two activities, start G. This is over. So this ends all the given activities. So end up here. Now you can number this. You can name it as 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, so this is how to construct the network by the given data. So this is a rough network. Okay, so if you construct it with a neat scale and pencil, it will be like this: 1 to A, after A, B, after B and C, E will start like that. Okay, so this is a rough network and this is a neat network construction by using scale and pencil. So now this is over. This is just I'm explaining how to construct the network. Solving problems, I'll explain that in the next session. So now network construction for this problem. So this is one more type. So they may give the data like this. That is E less than B and C, FG less than D, E greater than B and C, FG greater than D, HI greater than E and F, J greater than IG. So this is K greater than H and B greater than H, A. So this is one type of question format they may give to construct the network. So if they give this kind of data, means how to construct network. So less than symbol, okay, lesser than side will be the predecessor and greater than side will be the successor. After completing B and C, E has to start. After completing D, F and G has to start. Like that you need to construct network. So A, C, D starts simultaneously. A, C and D start simultaneously. So this is the given question, this is a given data. So how to construct that? Okay, so A, C, D start simultaneously. So I will construct, start with an starting event A, next C, this is D. A, C, D start simultaneously. This is over. Next, after completing B and C, E has to start. So after completing B and C, E has to start. But where is B here? So B you have to find here. So B is here. That is B greater than A. So after completing, A is a predecessor, B is a successor. Okay. So after completing A only you have to start B. So complete A and start B. this is over. Next, so after completing B and C, E has to start. So after completing B and C, E has to start. Okay, so this is over. Next, after completing D, F and G has to start. After completing D, so complete D and start F and G. This is over. Next, after completing E and F, H and I has to start. So after completing E and F, H and I has to start. So complete here. H, this is I, this is over. And next, after completing I and G, J has to start. So G is here. Okay. J has to start. This is over. Next, after completing H, K has to start. So after completing H, K has to start. So next, everything has been completed. Okay, there is no any other given data here. So these two activities has to be ended to a single node like this. This is the last end node. So this is a rough network construction. Okay, construct roughly first, then you can use scale and pencil, then you can construct a neat network like this. Okay, so this is how to construct a network for this type of data. Okay, they may give the first thing what I explained, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. If they give like that, you can easily construct. And then if they give predecessor and successor, what I explained previous to this one, that will be one type of data, and this lesser than symbol or greater than symbol indicates another type of data. So this indicates less than side will be the predecessor, greater than side will be the successor. Okay, after completing these two, it has to start. After completing these two has to start like that. So they will give, if there is no predecessor means they'll give like this, A, C, D start simultaneously, or in previous type they may don't give predecessor for that. So this is about how to construct the network. So let us solve some problems on PERT.